So, what's up? Today I'm gonna be coming to you with another video, and it finally stopped raining in Hawaii, so the sky's actually pretty clear. Let me see, pretty clear. So, what am I here to talk to you about? Well, I've had a lot of things on my plate as of recently, but I think I want to start to create an advocacy account on Instagram, just advocacy, because this person that I follow, students with psychosis, is an advocacy group. I really enjoy the content they're making, and hell, I wanted to give my own shot at it. So here is a YouTube channel that I share with Kamiano, and I was just thinking, hey, this has been getting thousands of views. Like the video that me and Kamiano worked on together, the video Art of the Mentally Ill, that has thousands of views, and I would have never expected that. And so much positive feedback. It's like, I want to do something with this exposure. I know a couple thousand, that's not a lot. And when it comes down to it, it's really not a lot. But I just felt like I had to do something with that. So, if you're watching this on my Instagram live, yo, what up? Into the story. So, a question that was asked to me when I was first admitted, or a question that I asked to me, a question I asked myself when I was first admitted is, what is this place gonna look like? And if you have no idea what I'm talking about being admitted to a psychiatric hospital where I spent about 4 months collectively for all of last year. So yeah, I really had so many different expectations of what it would look like. But for one, I asked one of my friends what questions they had about what it looks like, and here are some of the questions. And question one, is it a place where everyone is doped up and locked in rooms? Well, that's hard for me to say because it wasn't where we were all doped up, but in two of the psychiatric hospitals I've been in, there have been patients who were on a certain kind of medication that made them act differently. They called it anhedonia, which is the inability to feel happiness. I should look that up. But I'm not a doctor, so don't take anything I say seriously. Take it with a grain of salt. But when it came down to it, there were about 2 patients who had their personality and their expressiveness change a little bit due to the medications that they were on, but it's definitely not doped up. When it comes to being locked in our rooms, the doors were locked, but not the doors to our rooms. The doors to like leave the hospital, the doors to the courtyard, or the doors to the bathroom, or the doors. Because we had to ask to use the restroom. Like, I would wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then they call it the graveyard shift, the overnight shift, and I would wake up and walk out of my room and be like, "Hey, auntie, open my door." And she would turn to me and she'd be like, "What?" Because she's half asleep. Because not every patient, every worker that I have met while in the psychiatric hospital during the graveyard shift has been absolutely, if there was someone who was doped up, it would definitely be them, because they were so delirious and so sleep deprived that they would just act. They would act like completely based on that delirium. Am I using that word correctly? I don't know if I'm using that word correctly, but anyway. No, people were not doped up, and yes, the main doors were locked, but not our individual rooms. What if they get caught with a knife or sneaks out to kill themselves? Well, there was a little situation in the first mental hospital that I was sent to. Basically, I think I'll get more into detail in this in later videos, but just to sum it up, one of the patients got caught with a popsicle stick, and the PAs, psychiatric assistants, and the doctors and the social workers, and the usual group, they came in and they came into his room and We're like, hey, were you trying to hurt yourself? Were you trying to hurt other people? And he was just like, no, I just wanted ice cream. And he didn't know what to do with the stick, because whenever we have, because normally we eat ice cream like at dinner, and then they collect up all the utensils and the, like, if you had ice cream like on a popsicle stick, they'd take the popsicle stick, but he just wanted an extra ice cream, so he just snuck it away. Oh man, weird story, but yeah. Is it ugly with ugly colors? Huh. The first one I went to, no. It's really rare for you to go to a hospital in Hawaii and think that it's ugly. So, the first hospital that I stayed at, it was not ugly at all. We were in the middle of I think it was a forest. Oh, it's cold. Sorry, my voice is chattery, but we were in we were in the middle of a forest, and it was a secluded area, not many people around, and you basically look out, and it's just forests. It's a really, really nice place. The second mental hospital I've been in, it was a much less nice place. It was confined to a single hallway, a courtyard, and at the other end of the courtyard is a single hallway again. And we were always either locked in the courtyard or locked in one of those two hallways. Now, the hospital itself was pretty ugly, but in certain rooms there were paintings and pictures and drawings put up, which really added to the life. But it definitely was out of place, but no, it wasn't ugly. No one looks happy. We're in a freaking mental hospital. That's true. I mean, I will get more into detail in a later video. It's gonna be called Psych Ward Rock Band, and that's kind of what we named ourselves when we were we went to go play with instruments, and one kid got the guitars, I got the drum, another kid got the mic, and it wasn't a mic with a wire, it was like a Bluetooth microphone, yeah. And they connected that to one of the speakers in the music room. We were just rocking out. I'll get into more detail later, but you have to take things lightheartedly, but seriously. When it comes to being in a mental hospital, you have to put in the effort to get better, but at the same time, you're not expected to be happy to be there, because you're just being in a mental hospital. Like, what are the connotations of that? What was a typical day like? Oh wait, unlike in Girl Interrupted, you don't make these lifelong friends. You don't discover a love for some sort of art or anything. When it comes down to it, reality is ugly. And well, it's just something that we have to deal with as we grow up, as we age. Excuse me. Yeah, but basically when it comes down to it, what does a psych ward look like? At least here in Hawaii, not that bad. Other places on the mainland could possibly get worse. I've heard a lot of horror stories from other psychiatric hospitals, but personally, it wasn't an ugly place. It wasn't a place where, I'm sorry about that dog. Wasn't an ugly place. The first one was a nice secluded area. The second one was smack right down in the middle of a city, and you could look out your windows and see. It was a magnificent view. I haven't talked about the third one though. Excuse me for that. The third mental hospital, again, it was smack in the middle of the city, but it was next to this really nice park. Now the park was nice. The hospital itself, it was meh. We were secluded to one room, and yeah, it wasn't exactly ugly, but it wasn't exactly nice. I did donate some of. I didn't donate. Kamiano decided to give me paintings as a gift for when I got for when I graduated from not graduated when I got what is it called? Discharged. When I got discharged from the first two mental hospitals. So for the first one, he gave me a sunset painting, and for the second one, he gave me a forest painting, and I donated both of those to the third mental hospital. So just to spark up a little bit, there were paintings every now and then, you know. But when it came down to it, Kamiano was really skilled with his painting, and so sorry about the wind. People were really impressed with the art that he created. Plus, it was something that me and him worked on together, and I didn't really get to finish working on it with him, so he had to finish it on his own. But I think what it came out to was really beautiful, and I think that a lot of people could benefit from seeing a beautiful piece of art, you know, because you're in a freaking mental hospital, you're not going to be necessarily happy, so you might as well look at something interesting instead of all these bleak gray walls. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know people probably clicked off, probably bored, because my viewers have a short attention span, but anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next one. Shoots.